But here's where things get a bit tricky. Just like the national utility performs a balancing act between supply and demand by planning, ramping supply up and down, storing excess power, and implementing load shedding when supply cannot match demand, your microgrid would need to have a way of doing the same thing, just at a smaller scale. Microgrids have limited power, relatively speaking, of course, and so control and protection are the main challenges in these systems. If you are connected to the national grid and your neighbor suddenly switches on some equipment that requires a lot of power, it's not going to affect the grid that much. The national grid has much more capacity available than any equipment that your neighbor would reasonably power up. But in a microgrid setup, this changes. Your neighbor could power up some equipment that takes the microgrid close to capacity or even over capacity. The result would be a power outage in the microgrid. You and all your neighbors could be left in the dark until the system is powered back up again.